Okay, welcome to Coach O's Math, the Chapter 3 review. Let's see how you do. I'm not going to go and give you examples over the last quiz we took. If you want to practice for the test on sections 3.1 through 3.4, you need to look at your last quiz, because that mirrors the types of problems that's going to be on that section on the chapter test. You want to look over and adding and subtracting fractions, knowing you have to have a common denominator to add and subtract, the least common multiple, regrouping, and then the key points for the new material, which we're going to work on. What's the reciprocal? When do you use the reciprocal? When you're dividing? By the way, is there a number that doesn't have a reciprocal? Absolutely. Can you think of the only number that doesn't have a reciprocal? 0. 0 does not have a reciprocal. And then multiplying and dividing fractions. So let's get started. You know how this works, I hope? You're going to stop the video and you're going to do these problems, and then you're going to come back and we're going to check them. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. Alright, well, the first one you had to find the area, and this is the only one where you have to write the answer as a mixed number because it's area, and I hope you didn't forget feet square. So let's see how you did. The area was 3 and 9/25 feet squared. We had to change them into improper fractions and then multiply. You can see here I divided by 2, got 84/25, and then simplified. On number 2, we had to multiply 1/4 by 12/16. You might have recognized right here that you could have simplified 12/16 first before you multiplied and gotten 3/4, and you would have gotten 3/16. You could have simplified this before you got started. On this one, you had to change 2 1/5 to an improper fraction and 5 to an improper fraction. Multiplied, got 55/5, which is 11. Here, you had to convert 1 1/3 into improper fraction 4/3, and then change these, take the reciprocal of the second number. 5/1 times 3/4 is 15/4 or 3 3/4. For number 5, take the reciprocal and multiply 12/7 or 1 5/12. And number 6, you had to get improper fractions. The way I organize it, I get the improper fractions, then I take the reciprocal and change it to multiplication. 27/8 or 3 3/8. So if you didn't do very well or you made some mistakes and you have some questions, bring those questions to class on Thursday so I can help you and answer those questions so I can get you ready for the test. Alright, that leads us to this. This will be on the test. There's not this particular problem. There'll be a survey on the test, and it'll give you a breakdown of fractions of how many people like whatever. This one's a 300 people survey, and it's talking about ice cream. 3/20 like iced chocolate, 1/4 like vanilla, 4/100 like strawberry, 1/10 like sherbet, and 19/50 like the other, something else. What you want to do is to be able to find out how many like vanilla. So how do you do that? You're going to say 1/4 equals how many over 300. And that will tell you, whatever that numerator is going to tell you how many people out of 300. 1 out of 4 like vanilla. So how many out of 300 like vanilla? So the first question, you're going to do this. You're going to stop the video and answer these questions. How many like vanilla? What portion picks strawberry or sherbet? So that means you're going to add those two fractions together to give me a fraction. And then how many more like vanilla over chocolate? And that's not a fraction. That's finding out the actual number. So stop the video, then come back when you're ready to check it. Alright, how'd you do? Let's see. Alright, how many people liked vanilla? Well, see, you have 1/4 over 300, and 4 goes into 300 75 times, and 75 times 1 is 75. So 75 people like vanilla. We're just finding out 1 out of 4 people like vanilla. How many people out of 400? On this one, they want to know the portion. So you add strawberry, 4/100, and sherbet, 1/10. You might have seen that this would be 4/25. Excuse me, 1/25 plus 1/10. You could do that. You're still going to get the same answer. I kept the hundredths and made a common denominator of hundredths for 1/10. How many hundredths is 10? 10 hundredths. Then we add, we get 14 hundredths. But I want to know the portion, so we have to simplify the fraction. It's not asking how many people, because it would be more than that, right? We'd have to find out how many people out of 300 like both. But it doesn't say that. It says what portion. So now we say 14 hundredths and we simplify to 7/50ths. So the answer is 7/50ths. And then the last one is, how many more people like vanilla than chocolate? So you have to find out how many like vanilla, which we already know, 75. Then we have to find out how many like chocolate. So out of every 20 people, 3 people like chocolate. So how many out of 300? 45. So then we say, well, there's 75 people like vanilla out of 300 and 45 people like chocolate out of 300. How many more people like vanilla? So we say 75 minus 45 is 30. So 30 people more. 30 more people like vanilla over chocolate. All right, that's what you got to do. Don't forget, you still have to review the first part of the chapter, 3.1 through 3.4, but use your quiz because they're going to be very similar problems to that. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.